Okay, and we're ready to begin. You are so stupid, it hurts sometimes. Listen, let's begin. If you give a man a fish, he eats for a day, right? Right. Simple. But if you give a man a beaver, he learns to build. Now, knowing how to build dams allows the man to enter the dam construction business and begins a monopoly, which beavers play, by the way, unlike ants. Ants don't play Monopoly, they prefer Scrabble, but all they can spell is the word ant, which is only worth 3 points. So, they usually are the losers in said example. That shows all of us here whose side God is really on. But if you beat a beaver at Monopoly 3 times after the stroke of midnight, you will unlock Beaver Fever. You got that? And many can't comprehend those possibilities. The ants won't like that stage, though. They will begin to ant-assemble and congregate inside their little hills. Yep. And this means war. And what does war equal? Mass annihilation. But at this point, you've mastered the art of dams and fishing, but that's more of a side quest, optional at best. You are making dams at a pretty fast pace at this point, but you won't be sure that the forest folk will support your cause. You've probably enslaved most of the water folk at this point for reference. Fish, water bugs, otters, muskrats, turtles. Yes, they've all pledged their undying support, whether willingly or by force. And, we know that that's only a small part of the problem, however. Yes. Squirrels. Yes. Squirrels are a problem. Climbing, eating, storing nuts in their cheeks. They know that they are the problem, but so do you. Oh yes. Vicodin. That's the answer. Vicodin in the nuts. They won't know, but you will. Strung out on Vicodin, you now rule the creatures of the forest. And the ants? Well, that's simple, really. The ants are outnumbered at this point, because as we've established, the ants are playing Scrabble while we're over here playing Monopoly. And you can't mix those games. I'm looking at you. You cannot mix those games. You should never mix those games, and I'll tell you why. Lack of overlapping rules. If I'm playing chess and you're playing checkers, yes, we may be playing on the same board, but this isn't the same game. And we don't want to be playing a different game now, do we? You can't play the game of life on a chessboard. Or checkers, as we've already established. Because life isn't a black and white pattern of squares. And we don't want it to be now, do we? Do we? And why would that be? Can anyone tell me? That would entice the mimes to play our little game here. And that's why we might, well, why we might keep it a secret from them. And why is that, you might ask? Well, it's really that simple. They're black and white, and most of the time they're squares. Why else would they put themselves in those invisible boxes all the time? And that's all fine and dandy until you are the one in the box. Boxes beat dams 3 times out of 4, as it has been well recorded. So what does that mean? Well, it means that mimes are the ones with the cards now. And we definitely do not want those cards to come into play. That's where this all falls apart. Like a house of cards. But to go back to the mimes for just a second, well, I don't like them very much. I guess I just wanted to point that out, and to make that very, very clear. And if they have a pair of kings in their deck of cards, well, it's game over, my friends. All the beavers, squirrels, and ants in the world aren't stopping that freight train to hell. But as I say in Chapter 4, it's better to live and to have lost at Monopoly than to have lived and have played Monopoly and dam construction with a deck of cards. Yes. Yes, yes. Thank you all. Yes, thank you for coming. And good night. I'll see you all next week.